The Coachella Valley housing market just crossed a threshold we haven't seen in years. The months of sales ratio hit 5.6 months valley-wide, and 7 cities are now officially in buyer's market territory. If you've been watching this market since the pandemic, you know what a massive shift this represents. We went from multiple offers and homes selling over list price to a market where buyers actually have negotiating power again. For second home buyers looking at PalmSprings, Palm Desert, La Quinta, and Rancho Mirage, this changes everything about your strategy. For sellers, ignoring these numbers will cost you time and money. Hi, Neil here, your local living in Palm Springs realtor. I'm breaking down exactly what this means for both buyers and sellers and what you need to do right now. So let's start with what the months of sales ratio actually measures, because this number tells you everything about market leverage. The Valley has 3,488 homes listed for sale, with average monthly sales of 621 units over the past 12 months. Divide inventory by sales and you get 5.6 months, the time it would take to sell all available homes at the current pace. Anything above 6 months is considered a buyer's market. Below 4 months is a seller's market. So we're in that transition zone at 5.6, but 7 cities here in the Coachella Valley have already crossed into buyer territory. Compare that to last year when we had 3,389 units in inventory and a 5.5 month ratio. Inventory is up 99 units, or about 3%, while sales are staying relatively flat. So now let's talk about what happened to prices. Single-family homes across the Coachella Valley dropped 3% year over year. The median home price ended January at $675,000 compared to $696,000 last year. And during the same time, condos actually went up 2%, ending at $495,000 versus $485,000. The median price of an average size home in Palm Springs is $1,189,229. That spread tells you something very important. Buyers who got priced out of single-family homes during the pandemic are now competing for condos, which keeps those prices stable. Meanwhile, the single-family market has more inventory and less urgency. Selling times extended to 47 days from 42 days last year, an 11% increase. Single-family homes are selling at an average discount of 2.9% compared to 2.5% last year. That means if a home lists for $700,000, it's closing around $680,000. Condos are discounting 3.4%. Only 9.7% of homes sold over list price in January versus 11.3% last year. Here's the reality check. This isn't a crash. Prices aren't collapsing. What's happening is a return to normal market conditions where buyers have time to negotiate and sellers need to price correctly. The bidding war days are over for most properties. You need to understand why this has all happened. The Federal Reserve stopped cutting interest rates. They lowered rates several times in 2024, but now they're holding steady while they watch how the new administration economic policies affect inflation. Mortgage rates aren't climbing dramatically, but they're not dropping either. That pause killed the momentum buyers were hoping for. Everyone thought that lower rates would bring a rush of activity in 2025. Instead, we got stability. Now, stability sounds good, but in real estate, stability without rate relief means buyers stay very cautious. The inventory recovery is the other factor. During the pandemic, inventory dropped to historic lows because nobody wanted to sell and lose their 3% mortgage rate. Now, enough time has passed that life events have forced sales. People retire, people relocate, downsize, or pass away. Homes do come back on the market. So we're now at 3,488 units, which matches 2019 inventory levels. The problem is sales volume has not returned to 2019 levels. Back then, we were selling 700 to 800 homes per month. Now we're at 621. More supply with unchanged demand creates the buyer's market that we're seeing today. Let's break down the 4 main cities where most second home buyers focus their search. I'm starting with the 2 that offer the strongest buyer opportunities right now, and then we'll cover Palm Springs and Palm Desert. Rancho Mirage sits at the top of the buyer opportunity list with an 8.5 month supply ratio. Now that's the highest in the entire Coachella Valley. So if you own a home in Rancho Mirage right now, how are you feeling about that number? Is it making you rethink your timeline? They have 465 homes listed for sale and average just 47 sales per month. The median selling time is 43 days, which is actually one of the fastest in the valley. But that's because sellers who want to move their properties are pricing aggressively. The average single home price in Rancho Mirage is $1,331,118. That's down just 0.6% from last year. That small decline does mask what's really happening. Sellers are holding firm on list prices initially, and then they negotiate hard during escrow. The average discount from list price is 3.1%. For second home buyers, that 8.5-month supply ratio translates to maximum negotiating leverage and time to evaluate multiple properties without feeling competition. La Quinta offers similar opportunities with a 6.2-month supply ratio. They have 504 homes for sale and average 81 sales per month. The average single-family home price is $900,036, which is up 2% from last year, which makes La Quinta one of the few cities showing some price growth. That 2% increase suggests that second home market in La Quinta stayed stronger than many other areas. The median selling time is 46 days. The discount price from list is 2.7%. La Quinta represents the best combination of value and market conditions for second home buyers. You're getting price appreciation while still having a 6.2-month supply ratio that gives you negotiating room and selection among the 504 available properties. Palm Desert has the highest sales volume in the valley at 125 units per month, but they also have the highest inventory at 803 homes. That creates a 6.2-month supply ratio, the same as La Quinta. The difference is Palm Desert's prices have dropped 3.5% year over year, which is the largest decline of the four cities. The average detached home sits at $723,288. Median selling time is 46 days. The discount from list price is 3%. Palm Desert's story is about volume and competition. More homes sell here than anywhere else, but more homes are also listed. The 803 units of inventory gives buyers the widest selection to compare dozens of similar properties, while that same inventory level means that sellers are competing in the valley's most crowded market. PalmSprings rounds out the main four with a 5.9-month supply ratio, just under the 6.0 buyer's market threshold. They have 709 homes listed and an average 100 sales per month. The average single-family home price is $1,189,229, which is down 1.9% from last year. Palm Springs has the fastest median selling time at 42 days, which is actually lower than last year, suggesting that well-priced homes still move quickly in Palm Springs. The discount from list price is 2.6%. Palm Springs represents the most balanced market of the four cities, not as buyer-heavy as Rancho Mirage or as competitive as Palm Desert. For both buyers and sellers, this creates the most predictable transaction environment of the four main cities. The other cities deserve quick mentions. Cathedral City has the lowest supply ratio at 5.2 months, making it the most seller-friendly city in the Coachella Valley. Indian Wells showed a 34.7% price jump, but that's driven by a handful of luxury estate sales, not really broad market trends. And Desert Hot Springs remains the affordable leader at $399,830 for the average single-family priced home. Indio and Coachella are emerging markets with their own dynamics, but they're not where the most second home buyers are focusing right now. If you're a second home buyer looking at Rancho Mirage or La Quinta, here's your tactical approach. Start negotiations 3 to 5% below asking price as your opening position. Structure your inspection period to include a comprehensive property review. When inventory sits this heavy, sellers can't afford to lose qualified buyers over minor issues. Request seller-paid closing costs as part of your initial offer, especially in Rancho Mirage, where the 8.5-month supply gives you maximum leverage. And don't rush your due diligence. You're not competing against multiple offers, so use the time to verify every claim about the property and negotiate repairs or credits based on inspection findings. For buyers in Palm Springs and Palm Desert, compare days on market across similar properties. If a home has been listed for 60 days while comparable homes sold in 40 days, that seller is getting nervous and they may accept an offer below list price. Request comprehensive inspections. Sellers got used to buyers just waiving those during the pandemic, but Those days are over. Negotiate repairs or credits based on inspection findings, and don't hesitate to request seller concessions if issues arise during escrow. If you're selling in Rancho Mirage, La Quinta, or Palm Desert, price at or below recent comparable sales from the past 30 days. In Rancho Mirage, with 465 competing listings, your pricing needs to be very aggressive from day one, not aspirational. Address all deferred maintenance before listing. Buyers do have choices, so they'll pick the home that shows the best among multiple options. Prepare for 45 to 60-day marketing periods. The homes selling in 42 to 46 days are priced right from the beginning, not after 2 price reductions. For sellers in Palm Springs and Cathedral City, you're in better shape than other cities, but strategic pricing is still very essential. Even Cathedral City, at 5.2 months, requires competitive positioning. Focus on presentation and staging to stand out among the 709 units of inventory in Palm Springs, where buyers are comparing your home against hundreds of others. Spring inventory typically peaks in March and April, so current conditions may represent optimal buyer leverage before seasonal adjustments bring more competition. Do you think we'll hit a 7 or 8 month supply by then, or do you think buyers will jump in and soak up this inventory? Give me your spring prediction in the comments below. The Valley has shifted from a seller's market to a buyer's market with that 5.6 month supply ratio. If you're a buyer, schedule a free Zoom consultation with me to create a custom search strategy based on your specific second home goals and your target cities. Now, if you're a seller, schedule a consultation to develop your pricing and positioning strategy for current market conditions. During our call, we'll do a personalized neighborhood analysis, discuss compensation structure, and also plan your timeline based on your individual circumstances. The link to book the consultations and the Zoom call is in the description below. And I do read every comment, so drop me your questions. Now, watch this next video all about living here in Palm Springs.